Yes, number 2.
Before the show, each contestant had a private interview with our judges. You've seen these beautiful ladies compete in activewear, talents, evening gowns, as well as the style walk. But now you will be able to get a glimpse at their intelligence as we begin tonight's Q&A segment. During Q&A, the contestants will be asked random questions ranging from fraternity history to questions on their platform, as well as personal insight. Each contestant will draw a question out of the bowl and answer it. Contestant number 1, Juliana Vasquez.
Contestant number 1, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing splendid. How are you?
Lovely. Contestant number 1, when and where was Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated founded?
Thank you for that question. Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated was founded in Howard University in Fairfield Hall on November 17, 1911. Thank you.
Contestant number 1, what is the charter date of the Delta Kappa chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The charter date of the Delta Kappa chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated was November 20th, 1976. Thank you.
Contestant number 1, true perseverance is often tested when our hardest efforts don't yield immediate results. Yet we continue to move forward despite uncertainty. In moments of doubt or failure, how have you found the will to persist, and how would you inspire others to redefine success and find purpose in the journey rather than just the outcome?
Thank you for that question. My faith in God has given me the strength to persist, believing that everything happens for a reason and only prepares me for what's ahead. Along my journey of homelessness, I've met people who helped shape who I am today. Their support inspires me to encourage others to persevere. 2 years ago, I got into a house fire and lost everything. Through that, I've gained valuable networking skills and learned that the journey is ultimately about achieving your goals successfully, no matter what it may cost. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Juliana!
Yes, bring out number 2, finally. Yes.
Yeah, keep it cute.
Contestant number 2, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling blessed and highly favored. How are you tonight?
Contestant number 2, name the founders of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Thank you for that question. The founders of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated are Dr. Ernest Everett Just, Professor Frank Charles Coleman, Dr. Oscar James Cooper, and Bishop Edgar Amos Love. Thank you.
Contestant number 2, who is the current president of the Delta Kappa chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The current president of the Delta Kappa chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is David Anderson Jr. Thank you.
Contestant number 2, science, technology, engineering, and math are critical in solving the complex challenges of our time, from climate change to medical breakthroughs. However, representation and access remain major barriers for many underrepresented groups. How would you leverage your platform to not only promote diversity in STEM, but also foster a culture of curiosity, innovation, and equitable access, ensuring that all voices have the opportunity to shape the future of these fields?
Thank you for that question. As a woman in STEM myself, I too have faced adversities, which is why I'm dedicated with Omega STEM to set up one-on-one mentorship, find STEM field scholarships so that finance does not block greatness, and also do hands-on learning with science and technology to uplift the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you. Contestant number 3, please step forward.
Come on, dress.
Okay, Strat.
Contestant number 3, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing quite well. How about yourself?
I'm doing grand. Contestant number 3, what is the motto of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The motto of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is "Friendship is essential to the soul." Thank you.
She knows.
Period.
Contestant number 3, how many members are on the chartering line of the Delta Kappa chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated and their line name?
Thank you for that question. In the charting line of the Delta Kappa chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, it consists of 8 members, and the name is "In the Beginning." Thank you.
She's smart.
Number 3, for over a century, the NAACP has been at the forefront of the fight for civil rights, working to eliminate racial discrimination and promote social justice. In today's climate of ongoing inequality and systemic racism, how would you use your platform to support the mission of the NAACP, and what initiatives would you champion to advance equity, education, and justice for marginalized communities?
Thank you for that question. I would use my platform to support the NAACP's mission by increasing access to mental health resources and political awareness for all students. From increasing funding for crisis resources at schools to increasing the supplication of nonpartisan government policy updates at all levels, these two aspects are deeply intertwined. This is because it allows an individual to know what is creating their environment, and then giving them the strong mental state to be able to make any decisions within it. Therefore, these two initiatives forward the NAACP's mission by advancing policies and practices to better the overall well-being of Black people and all people of color. Thank you.
Okay, 4. Contestant number 4, please step forward. Contestant number 4, how are you doing today?
I'm happy to be here. How are you doing?
Amazing. Contestant number 4, what are the official colors of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The official colors of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated are royal purple and old gold. Thank you.
Contestant number 4, who is the current president of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The 42nd Grand Basilisk of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is Ricky Lewis. Thank you.
Perseverance often requires us to confront our deepest fears and doubts while continuing to pursue our goals despite the risk of failure. Can you share a moment when you had to push beyond your limits, facing not just external challenges, but internal struggles as well? How would you use your platform to help others navigate their own moments of self-doubt and uncertainty, empowering them to persist even when the path forward seems unclear?
Thank you for that question. A significant moment of perseverance was over the couple months I've dealt with homelessness, assault, relocating, and starting a new job, all while starting my senior year at Clark Atlanta University. My mental health was bad. I was at my lowest, but I was able to look towards my friends and my family because friendship is essential to the soul. Perseverance through adversity is not just a platform or a slogan. It is a way of life in which I will encourage my community to live. Thank you.
Thank you.
Contestant number 5, please step forward. Contestant number 5, how are you feeling tonight?
Feeling incredible. How are you?
Beautiful. Contestant number 5, what are the cardinal principles of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The cardinal principles of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated are manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift.
Contestant number 5, what is the incorporation date of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The incorporation date of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is Wednesday, October 28, 1914.
Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women in the United States, making it one of the most common cancers among women. As an advocate for breast cancer awareness, how would you use your platform to promote early detection and support those affected, particularly in underrepresented communities where access to health care may be limited?
Thank you for that question. Breast cancer doesn't just affect individuals. It devastates entire families. And in underrepresented communities, the silence around breast health is deadly. As an advocate for breast cancer awareness, I will fight this by collaborating with nonprofits to expand access, partnering with trusted doctors to create educational support groups, and raising funds for mobile screening vans that bring life-saving services directly to the communities that need it. Every woman and man deserves a fighting chance. And by making breast health a priority, we can close this gap and save countless lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Contestant number 6, please step forward. Contestant number 6, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Exhilarating. Contestant number 6, who is the current Vice President of the Delta Kappa Chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
Thank you for that question. The current Vice President of the Delta Kappa Chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is John Watkins. Thank you.
Contestant number 6, outside of your platform, name 2 mandated programs of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Thank you for that question. 2 mandated programs outside of my platform are NAACP and Scholarship. Thank you.
Urban trees are essential for improving air quality, reducing pollution, and fostering a healthier environment. Yet, many cities face the challenge of deforestation and declining green spaces. By supporting urban tree initiatives, we can combat climate change and promote biodiversity. How to use your platform to raise awareness for these initiatives? And what specific actions or community programs would you advocate for to ensure a greener, healthier, and more sustainable city for future generations?
Thank you for that question. To raise awareness for urban tree initiatives, I believe it's important to address the pressing threats of climate change. I would do so by focusing on educating people through workshops on the necessity of biodiversity and trees in city spaces. This would also include hosting various volunteer events like tree planting and cleaning up the city. Beyond this, I would encourage and advocate for people to support local policies that prioritize greenery and urban forestry as it directly affects future generations' quality of life. Thank you.
Contestant
fantastic. How are you?
Wonderful. Contestant number 7. Name a notable member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Thank you for that question. A notable member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is TV show host Steve Harvey.
Good answer.
Contestant number 7. What is the first and official publication of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
The first and official publication of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is The Oracle.
Every minute, nearly 20 people in the United States are physically abused by an intimate partner, contributing to over 10 million abuse cases a year. With domestic violence affecting individuals of all ages, including a significant number of college students, how would you use your platform to raise awareness on campuses and empower young adults to recognize, prevent, and stand against abuse?
Thank you for that question. Domestic violence sadly affects so many people within our generation, even within this room, our city, statewide, within our nation, and worldwide. That is why, with my platform as your next Miss Omega Psi Phi, I want to implement a 3-step approach among all college campuses of education, prevention, and support. First, I want to collaborate with Georgia Tech's very own Voice program to hold workshops led by experts and survivors to educate students on recognizing the stigmas and the signs of abuse. Next, prevention will include campus-wide campaigns and free self-defense classes for all students to promote safety for all. Lastly, I want to hold events such as 5Ks and donor drives to support all survivors and stand united as a college campus and empower change. Thank you.